Hi everyone, I'm Kishi. In Assessment 1, I made some exploration on the properties, emotions, and the possible processing method of wax and paper. In the Assessment 2, I will continue to develop the result of Assessment 1 and further explore the emotional and the qualitative aspect of wax and paper. As a material, both wax and paper have played a very important role in the history of the transmission of information. There is another important use of wax that is not perceived by modern people. Clement Michelangelo Susini, a sculptor and master of wax, was known for his wax anatomical model of the human body. He provided a medical community with a large number of wax models, and most of them are made next to fresh corpses. I want to emphasize two common attributes of these cases: body and imitation. The wax mimicked the message of the human body in the process of being made into a sculpture that mimicked the corpus. One of the most common use of paper is as a carrier of information. In modern times, people use digital ways to transmit information. The transmission of information, to a large extent, is the process of information replicating itself. Paper plays an important role in this process. Through the above further exploration of wax and paper, I got 4 keywords: body, information, imitation, and replication. The replication and imitation of information are everywhere in the modern era. From Disneyland to popular restaurants decorated in a similar style, we are surrounded by a large number of simulations born in the virtual. The information that makes them up does not originate directly from reality, but is a copy of the imagination and ultimately form the reality in which we live. Not only the place, but also people's understanding of what is beauty has been copied. Mass media has developed a standard about what is a beautiful people in the process of copying information, but this standard does not come from real people. They come from the unrealistic imagination of people. At the same time, people are adding filters to themselves on social network using image technology to modify their bodies and to match the standards. Mass media copy information, which in turn copies people. Wax was used to imitate a human, and paper was used to copy information. The property of these two materials perfectly match this observation. Therefore, I try to use these two materials to restore such a process. First, I print the beauty ads on paper. Most beauty advertisements are the embodiment of unreasonable aesthetics, and I choose to print them on paper to show the transmission process of this message. Digital advertising becomes real paper, symbolizing the process of virtual become real. Next, I pump the paper and use it to make the mold of the beautiful woman's head. I bought this head model online, and that is a female character in an online game. The character itself is also an embodiment of the popular aesthetics. When I was making this project, I'm always surprised by how deep we're influenced by those stereotypes. Anyway, now we have a mold full of unreasonable aesthetics. Finally, I pour the melted wax into the mold. The wax fluid solidifies into the human face in the mold and gives it a tactile feel similar to human skin. This symbolizes that people are shaped into a fixed shape in these unreasonable aesthetics. Also, I was able to quickly replicate a large number of these wax face blocks because I used the wet paper mold method I created. Mass media copies information, which in turn copy people. I simulate this process by making the wax face block. For this project, the value is not in the final product, but in the making process. As you can see, the process of making this project is very simple, and the finished product without the process does not have much meaning. As replicas, the wax face blocks are only useful for people to play with, but do not have any collection value. It is just as the mass media's aesthetic standard do harm to people's own value. When people pursue that virtual aesthetic standards, do they also lose part of their own value? Here's my research, and thanks for watching.